Hey, Rhianna, how you doing? Okay, this was a good change right here. That was smart. It's really super believable now. It really is. I think before with the woman kind of sitting in the surf, almost looked like she was about to get trampled by the kids. So I think that was like a really unusual, maybe a visually uncomfortable, created an uncomfortable visual tension, I think. And I think that this is a superior solution. As far as the layout goes, I mean, you're have accommodated all of the requirements. We've got the mast image, we've got the type in place, we've got the headline, got the logo in place, got the contact information, you got your call to action. Everything is great, right? I do have a couple of recommendations for composition. But before that, I want to talk about the background image. The background image, I think, it could really, really improve um, its contrast, its distribution of tonal values, as it were. And what that means basically is making the darker areas a little darker, making the lighter areas maintain the same without getting any lighter. So and maintaining detail in both shadow and highlight through that adjustment layer. What I'm going to recommend you do here is do a levels adjustment layer in the original Photoshop um, image and just increase them, not a whole lot, but just increase the shadow and the highlight, especially actually don't even touch the highlight area. I think the highlights are fine, but we want to increase that shadow area a little bit. It'll really bring out some nice textures in the water, in the cliff itself, as well as the surf. And I think it's going to be really, really compelling once you do that. Other than that, I think everything looks beautiful. Now, as far as the page composition goes, I think there's a couple of things we can do here that will definitely um, increase the hierarchy of the page as well as the harmony of the page. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is to take the logo away from the headline. Let's get this logo placed right down here. What I would do is I would recompose the contact information and I would place it right over here. Maybe 3 or 4 lines of contact information. Place it in the lower left hand corner. Take this logo, place it in the lower right hand corner. That's a great exit strategy placement for a logo because typically the viewer is going to be leaving the composition right there anyway. So knowing that's it's because we start the page. Typically we start at the upper right and move left to right, top to bottom, and we can take that reasoning and use it to our advantage to kind of reinforce the branding of the client by placing their logo in an area where the exit strategy dictates that the viewer will be leaving the page in this area. So we might as well place the logo there, right? I think it's great placement for a logo on a magazine ad. What I would recommend doing here with your headlines, I move the headline down, start it right about here, and then discover more at Amethyst Bay. I wouldn't use the logo there. I would just say discover more. I would not reduce the size of that type right there. I would keep that all standard configuration. Discover more at Amethyst Bay, and that's it. Just discover, left aligned. Discover more at Amethyst Bay. You can even say at in the next line. So discover more at Amethyst Bay, right? Then at that point, when you assemble your body copy, which I think the body copy reads pretty well, but I think the space between lines could be reduced a little bit. I think these lines of type are really far from each other. I also wouldn't justify this type or center align it. And the reason being is because you get these really big spaces between your letters, between your words. So I would left align right rag that, and then I would also take this and left align it right there. This I would place right above here. It's kind of a subhead, right? But I would just use the same body copy. I would use Arial Bold Italic, but just increase it a little bit. So if this is 12, type size of 12, and the Arial Bold regular for the body copy, take Arial Bold Italic for the subhead, place it up there, right above there, just a little bit away, a little bit further than the leading lines, the distance of the leading, and increase that size. So if this is 12-point type size, this would be roughly 14 or so, just a little bigger. So we have headline up here, then we have subhead segueing into the body copy, then we have body copy describing the promotion and the area, and then we have contact information and logo. All right, I think that's going to help. I'd like to see you try that. I think it's really going to help with the page mechanics. And then also don't forget to try that levels adjustment layer on the background image, the original Photoshop image. I think that will definitely help too. All right, fantastic start. The adjustments that you made here so far are really great. I really appreciate that. It's superior to the first iteration, and the first iteration wasn't bad. So we are definitely moving in the right direction. All right, great job. If you have any questions, comments, or need any clarification, please let me know. Thank you very much.